Welcome back to the Old Two-Stroker YouTube channel. My name is Wayne. This is our new Peterbilt, and today what we got to do is we've got to tear apart the cooling system on this truck. You've seen us get it running. You've seen us get it running much better than it was and figure out the fuel system a little bit on this thing. And now we need to be able to get some runtime onto it, and the absolutely wore out radiator that's in it is not going to work. So let's get it out of there. That's going to be the subject of today's video. Pulling this radiator out and seeing what we can make happen with it. So first things first, we got to get some stuff fired up. Let's get this big hood open and then we can start tearing into this thing. Grab your emblem, get yourself a foothold, and it just like rolls. You just put your weight on it. And then you give her another tug, she'll come all the way over. And it'll stop on those cylinders. Hopefully. Like that. All right, got a bucket under it. Let's see, hopefully we can break this free. Oh yeah. Oh, the whole thing. Perfect. Ain't mad at that. Oh, there's some in it. I'm impressed. I didn't really think there was gonna be. You should have seen all the friggin' coolant we lost at Donnie's. Yeah, there's only 1 or 2 gallons in the thing. And brother, that ain't enough. All right, fellas, first things first, I apologize for the head cam. I don't have a lot of choice working in here. We're just gonna get these hose clamps off, and then we're just gonna cut all these hoses. I'm not trying to mess with them. Nice part about working on a big hood, the radiator isn't what's holding the hood from falling over, so we should be able to completely ignore the hood. Don't have to take it off. Man, this thing's coming apart super nice. I probably just totally just jinxed myself. Yeah. Had to go and say it, didn't you? That's what we're looking for. Man, that is how you change your radiator hose right there. Yes, please. No charge. Perfect. Oh, right in the bucket. Come on, bro. It's an expensive piece of fabrication right there. What we'll use these for is templates for the new ones. Oh yeah. Can't believe that worked. That's a 16 millimeter, fellas. That ain't even a 5/8. This plastic fan has got to go. I don't like it. And it's busted up. Just waiting for the day that comes through the brand new radiator. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a brand new fan. I got to find one. We got to get a fan, and we got to get a new Horton fan clutch. All that's going back the way it was. Somebody was just in here, I think. We're gonna try and knock that out of there without dumping it in the bucket. Maybe I should just move the bucket. Probably a pretty good idea. Jesus, that coolant looks very good. Oh, I can't believe I held on to that. Oh, it's light. I thought it was gonna be really heavy. Call me silly, but I'm just now noticing This thing don't have air sweeps on it. I don't know if 75 was like before air sweeps or if somebody took them off. I gotta go look at my other trucks now and look at the build sheet. I know there's a lot of you don't really like the head cam. Sometimes it's my only choice. But I'll do what I can to keep you off the head cam. How about that? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm kind of surprised that's that wobbly. Oh, that's satisfying. I don't get it. There we go. So I don't see what the problem is here. Now we got her. Try and get this. Yes. Perfect. I think what we're gonna have to do with this one is we're gonna have to there we go. Oh yeah, all the corrosion. Look at our thermostats in there. There's a lot of shit in there. Corrosion buildup, whatever. I think a lot of it's from disturbing it, but still it shouldn't be there. We're gonna pull these apart. You can tell somebody's been in there with the RTV. I absolutely can't have that on something I own, so we'll change these anyway. But we get in here, we got to do just like we did on the cab over. Those are special thermostats for a V12, so we're gonna get in there and change them. I think part of this process, what I'd like to do is, this is gonna snowball quickly, fellas. I'd like to move this power steering so I don't have to completely disassemble it the next time I need to get in here. And like that is probably the worst bit of farm fab I've ever seen. Just unacceptable for what we're trying to do. So if I can get back up in here, see if maybe I can get a, I don't think I can. I can't. So they have the air compressor running off that, which that looks like it's factory, which is real bizarre. Normally the air compressor would be up here and it'd be belt drive. And that other accessory drive is taken up with the alternator. Maybe we could just make a nicer mount for it, because that is just, it's atrocious, boys. I cannot look at that for the remainder of my time with this truck. We're gonna revisit that right now, and it's not here for that. I just sometimes have to tell myself that, repeat after me. It's not here for that, Uncle Wayno. Let's get back to business and see what we got to pull off the bottom of this radiator. There's gonna be 2 big bolts, I know that. All right, fellas, I took the opportunity to roll this thing forward. I just gave it a little bump with the skid steer. The great part about having a truck that airs up, which is unreal for something that's been sitting around this long, the brakes release. As you've seen in the one video where we had it running a little better, I tried to rock it back and forth. I mean, the brakes freed up, it rolls. So it actually rolled forward, no stress. So anyway, the reason I did that is because I started looking at this, and all this white paint was driving me nuts. So I looked at the engine serial number. I'll put a clip of that in here now. Too hard to get the camera in there to mess around with these stupid Peterbilt manifolds like this. They're right in front of where that serial number is. But it is the original engine. Numbers matching. I had a hunch it was, but you just never know until you know. So now we know. All right, folks. Everybody's favorite cold start. All right, you're probably sick of seeing this. I'm sick of recording it. I've been having a major issue with this shifter freezing up. We got a final little break in the weather. You can see the snow's starting to melt. So that's why I chose today to pull this radiator, because this is the only time we're gonna be able to move this thing. So, get the fuel to it. Give her a...
He does.
Come on. We're gonna have fuel stress again. Way too much ether. Problem is I can't hit the throttle and spray the out of it. Yeah, it's like black smoking. Shouldn't be doing that. All right, kids, we're gonna try to get this disconnected here. I really think somebody's been in here recently. Yeah. No way, Jose. I'll have to talk to Jim and find out when they did the radiator on this. Somebody definitely did. There's always one, boys. Always. All right, folks, we got the big gun now. That's what we were looking for. Ain't taking no for an answer today. This thing is coming apart one way or the other. Just give her a little help. Oh, golly. Those things are wasted, boys. Oh, yeah, right. That's what we call wishful thinking, my friend. I wonder how many of these are gonna break off. Oh yeah, it's just... Oh, it's spinning. It's friggin' spinning, boys. I thought for sure that was breaking off. All right. That's good, that's one. Get over the other side. We'll get that one free. We'll get it hooked up to the lull. Oh, got her. Boys, there's nothing left of this stuff. If they were in here, they reused all of these bushings, etc. What a friggin' mess. Boys, it's getting real weird. I don't know. Oh, y'all got one. Yes! I got two. Sick! There's gonna be a lot of that, I think. All right, we're gonna try to get these bolts. I sprayed them. I don't know how that's gonna go. I also don't know where I'm gonna put you that you're gonna be able to see. Bingo. I think that's coming out of the radiator. No? Huh. Sick. Free all for the win. Also, this one's missing a nut or a washer if you didn't notice. I did. I think we've got her. Excellent. We didn't tear nothing up. I think we're gonna be all right. There she is. Boy, I'm freaking pumped about that. Look at that friggin' thing, man. She's wasted. All right, let's get it down. That ain't great. That's been repaired. I think the bottom of this core broke out, like where it joins. That would be my guess. Boy, she is rotty. There's another spot where it's been repaired. I guess I gotta get something to set it on so we can roll it around. Just, the more you look, the worse it gets. I am just thoroughly impressed by this. This is next level. Man, that's like a perfect like square right there. Oh, what is that? Oh boy. That's like a delicacy, I think, in third world countries. Is that a rock? It is a rock. How did that get there? How did that get there? Struggling. Here's a shot of that mechanism. So it's like 2-stage each individual shutter. Oh, they got rubber on them too, so they seal. Wow. I'm gonna hose this thing down with Freon, and then we'll continue on after the fact. All right, fellas, I got the radiator indoors. We're gonna have to tear into this thing. It's not looking any better in more light. It only looks worse. I got those sitting over there soaking. We're gonna have to spritz the hell out of them. They're still seized, and there's something funky going on in here. I'm really not sure what happened to this. There's missing bolts over here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I don't know. The one corner's broke off. We're here. See that? So we'll have to disassemble this. We're gonna have to weld it up and see what we can make of it. That's gonna be some work. And what's really odd about this is the only thing I can guess is they replaced this shroud, because if that fan exploded and came through the hood, like he was saying here, by definition, the shroud would have been damaged, especially the top part, if that's where the fan came through. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm really struggling with that story. Or they replaced the shroud, you know, that would make sense. Boy, that's got a booger weld on it.
Squirrel.
Other than that, she ain't looking too terrible. I noticed we were missing a bolt right there, but it ain't broke off. There's a hole there still. It also had just occurred to me there's no front shocks, so that's a little odd. But I want to kind of get a look at number 29 and see if I'm just missing parts, like if the shocks are missing off of it in the brackets, because that's what I suspect. All right, fellas, we have just an absolutely perfect day to be out here. It's like 40 degrees. It hasn't been 40 degrees in forever. All the snow fell off my roof right onto the caddy. Looks like the horns are still there, so that's good. Jimmy, what do you think about that? He's not happy about it. All right, off camera, I took this wheel off. Remember, if it was the newer style wheel, and changed it over to the correct wheel that I got with the truck. So that looks a lot better. I did it for the thumbnail in the last video, but I'm not gonna make you sit through me changing a freaking wheel. Today, what we're gonna do is we gotta get the hood open, and you'll remember the last video, last time I was recording anyway, we deleted our radiator. So I wanna get this fan off there. That's plastic, it doesn't belong there. We need a correct fan. We may investigate the power steering. I need to disassemble the rest of the cooling system. The water pump's got to come off because we need to rebuild it. And yeah, we got a pile of work to do. Also, what you will notice is our radiator's gone. We have sent that off, and I've got a surprise for you guys coming up. I'm pretty excited about it. So you'll know when we do that, but it's gonna be freaking cool. And I'm excited to share it with you. I think this could potentially help a lot of you out, so. A little bit of a path here around the friggin' thing. I need a shop, boys. I need a shop. I think we're gonna sell Mossy in the spring. I'm gonna do one more order of shirts and hoodies, and there'll be a limited run. Once they're gone, and then we're gonna sell that thing. I had a guy on the line. I listed it here end of year. I had a guy who wanted to buy it and the trailer, and I backed out. And I shouldn't have backed out. I probably should have just sold it. But whatever. We'll get her gone, and then we'll put a shop up. Trouble is, this shit's expensive. And I just ain't got the funds to do both. We can't do a shop and keep all the trucks. Look at that. I just noticed while I was yabbering. You think I'd have been looking for that at some point in the future? I think so. I think I'm probably looking for it right now. I just don't know it yet because I haven't organized nothing. It's like I say to James, let's have a conversation about tool organization. I need to have that conversation myself, I guess. All right, kids, boys and girls of all ages. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this freaking thing off of here. This had to be somewhat recent, fellas. Look at that bolt. That bolt's new. Gross. Plastic. All right, folks, next, what we've got to do, water pump time, so, oh yeah. The view may not be as great, but everybody bitches about the helmet cam, so I'm trying my best not to use it. Cut towards your buddy, not towards your body. Actually, there's plenty of those t-shirts in stock, old2stroker.com. I gotta get Packard white somehow. That bitch is free. That's what we're looking for. All right, so our upper hose is cut. We're free here on the fuel block. We've got to take this lower hose, and I'm going to take that elbow also, just to get it out of the way. And so we could clean up and paint it, obviously. I can't be dealing with that. And then this water pump, there's 3 bolts hold it in. It's super easy. 1, 2, and there's one on the back side here, 3. We'll take that one out first. This should be a 3/8. Oh yeah. Oh, I need a bucket. Dang it. Looks like that's where all the coolant's hiding in this thing. Let's see if maybe we can get it to come out the bottom instead of the top. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, look how big. Nice coolant in the friggin' thing. I ain't mad at that. Let's cut this. Don't make me regret. Wait till you see this. There we go. full right to that elbow. What the? That's it. You lost your one option. Boy, this thing is really on here. There we go. There we go. Get out of there. Oh.
But we have people that are stupid.
Went through all that trouble specifically not to spill it. Sometimes we're unburdened by genius. Okay. Oh boy, that's tight. Oh boy, no. Also not easy to do one-handed. There we go. Ready now. Oh well. 30 years ago. Red RTV in a hose, never a good sign. Everything's a hammer if you use it wrong enough. It's loose. Well, that one's like loose. Take that right out. And then this one. Oh yeah, there we go. Just give her, boys. I ain't scared. Should come out of there. I was just kidding. I think there's a dowel pin it sits on. Does that sound right? Oh, is this what's... Oh. Yeah, there's a dowel pin. I thought so. Come on. Come on. Gotcha. This is gear drive, so don't lose nothing down there. Feels really nice. There ain't nothing wrong with it as far as bearing goes, which is good. I didn't suspect it or anything like that, but just saying. Somebody used, this looks like the right stuff. This is decent stuff here. That's decent stuff. Oh, and it's an updated pump. It has the big weep hole. So that's fantastic. What would happen to the old style pump is you get a weep hole leak and mud daubers would plug the weep hole because it was a lot smaller than this. It didn't take a whole lot to plug it. And then it would leak here and run right down in the gear case. And that runs right into the front of the pan. So if you got a leak, if you're getting water in the basement, first thing you ought to do is pull your pan, pressurize the cooling system. Last one I did, I didn't even have to pressurize, but if it's running right down the front, it could be this. Pay attention to it. We got to be able to get in here and see what the deal is with this. No idea what we're in for here, fellas. Literally nothing. There's nothing there. Oh, this is just a beauty cover. Look at that. They made this frickin' thing. A plus, fellas. Whoever did that. I don't get to say that too much on this channel. I'm frickin' proud of you. There we go. Holy shit. What is this thing? This, fellas, is some frickin' space age technology. Boy. So this thing, is it seized? Actually, it spins beautifully. So that spins, injects air into this. This has got to be a spark or something. Somewhere, it's got to ignite. Boy, this looks like a water pump. It's got a frickin' water pump. Dude, this thing is badass. There's got to be some kind of temp sensor because it's right in the cooling loop. So where does it get fuel? Is that this line? It's got to be that line. Yeah, that's that. So in the back here, looks like that must be fuel spray. This has got to be your like a flame sensor or something right there, and a igniter. And then that looks like the control box there, that thing. How do I turn it on? Test it. And it don't look like it was on fire or anything. It all tore up. So this is just air. Just pushes air through that. Where's it get air from? Because the side of that is closed in. I'd love to see if anybody has documentation on one of these, whether it be, you know, an owner's manual. Maybe you have a new old stock one of these you want to sell. Is that a spark plug right there? Sure looks like it. Looks like a spark plug boot right there. I guarantee it, and that's an ignition coil. Guaranteed. That's cooler than a 3-speed fan, fellas. We got to figure out how to turn that on. There's got to be some way to turn that on in the cab. And it'd be nice to be able to turn it on and see if, A, this blower motor works. We know the bearing feels good. Doesn't mean anything else is good. And that water pump, I'd like to see that cycle. I think I might just strip everything out of it and then go back new from square one. Because all these hoses, I'm not going to put a brand new water pump on this and a new radiator and all that and then have one of these hoses fail and cook the motor. We're not doing that. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching this episode. Get the cooling system all apart on this thing. I'm really excited to be able to do this and hopefully get this thing back on the road after this. It just needs a little bit of loving to just bring it over the hump, and then I think we can use this to replace Mossy and haul the trailer with it, etc. So anyway, huge shout out to you guys for watching this. Huge shout out to the patrons. I appreciate you, you know, paying the bills around here and keep me afloat. What we're going to do next video is I got something really special coming up for you. We've got a radiator deal to do with this and get this radiator refreshed, and I've got something really special that I think you guys are going to enjoy. We got to go on a little bit of a vacation here and make it happen, and I think you're really going to enjoy it, so I'll take you along for the ride. So next video you see on this thing, we'll do that. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Check it out, old2stroker.com. Get yourself something nice. We'll see you in the next one.